We're about to open up a whole can of primatology discussion. So sit your candy ass down, because it's monkey time, bitch. Gorilla Radio. Turn that shit to a reasonable volume so as to be considerate of others.
Monkeys go directly to hell.
This is a real episode.
Oh yeah. So this is a real episode. By the way.
Oh wait, hold on, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 51.
Hold on a second. give me just a damn second.
It's episode 51.
I
Also,
think
I'm
it's
so
episode,
unshaved.
No, it's episode 50.
My hair's growing back.
Welcome to episode 50, everybody.
Welcome to episode 50, everyone. Greg's hair is coming back.
No, folks, not permanently.
Yeah, but what if you just
broke
like
my
wrote
clippers. So the problem is that if I don't shave my head every 2 days, it starts to get too long for the razor to go through. And then my clippers broke, which is how I shave it down to then razor shave it. And so now I'm just in this, I have to make a horrible decision tonight, which I think means I have to take like a 45-minute shower where I'm like painstakingly going a little bit at a time and then like blasting my hair out of the razor with the shower head.
That's a good one. Is your shower head strong enough, the water pressure, to blast out the...
So I have one of those I have like a rainfall shower head that has a side attachment. And so I can either split it so it comes out of both or just turn it to the attachment. And the attachment has like a... like the prostate stimulator 9000.
Yeah, you should power wash the hair off your head. I think that'd be funny.
Just nair that shit.
Yeah.
Did you get a haircut, Austin?
No, actually, it's just it's
You
sitting
did get a
weird
haircut
on my head right now.
You look...
Austin, you did get a haircut.
Oh, well, I mean, I did get a haircut, but that was probably almost 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. You look like you'd look like you could produce a 100 Gex song right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You're not saying I look like Laura Les. You're just saying I look like someone.
You look like Laura Lesbian, but
Ooh.
Okay,
Nerd.
so for episode 50, I wanted to start us out by regaling us of the tale of the conference that I went to that might be too regional and small for me to actually say the name of, because it might dox me. I don't know, maybe. Probably not. It's probably fine. We know.
We could err on the side of caution. Who needs to know?
Whatever. Nobody's interested. So it was a conference for biological anthropology, and it was mostly for the UNC area schools, some South Carolinians as well, and they're trying to expand, but right now it's just a really sad enclave. Holy shit.
I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
Okay. Right now it's just a kind of sad enclave of people who are like, yup, UNC campus is cutting our department. I have to find a new job. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Anyway, you want to hear me talk about monkeys? So, here I am. I'm seated down. It's in Chapel Hill, by the way. This is very much narrowing it down. So, I'm seated down.
Are we talking about where you lived as a child?
No.
North Carolina?
No, I'm cutting that out. No,
you went to high school?
So
you were on the wrestling team?
I was not high school. It was a different one. It was the one that everyone called gay because of the name.
That sounds gay as shit,
Sounds
man.
baggy.
All right, so bleep everything, but leave in me calling it that sounds gay as shit.
So the conference took place on Chapel Hill's campus, like UNC's campus, the main UNC.
The real UNC,
Yeah.
as they say.
So the very first presenter of the morning, I just drank coffee, had a little pastry. It's 9 a.m. I drove in at 8 a.m. The first presenter opens with a presentation, and he's taking measurements of people's skulls with a caliper. Very first presentation.
Let's go.
There's a hushed silence and an awkward chuckling. People are like, I don't know if can he do this still? But what it was for was the calipers were actually to take very specific measurements to figure out how masks fit on people's faces, and they were able to take measurements to determine people's head types and whether or not masks would be effective on them. And And they did find that the bigger your head is, the more effective masks are. And if you have like a small or narrow head, then masks don't work as well on you.
This is why I barely got COVID.
Because you got a big ass head.
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't get it because I didn't believe in the China hoax.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Whenever I got sick, I just had some OJ and kept it pushing.
Whenever I got sick, I would just go out in public because I'm normal.
Yeah, it got everyone sick around me.
To be fair, I did road trip America June of 2020.
Yeah,
You
no, I'm
did.
kind of jealous. I was just in North
It
Carolina.
was the
that whole
greatest
time.
thing I've ever done. I got to go to every city in the country and stay in like hotels for like $20.
Like $1 gas, you know.
Yeah, gas was dirt cheap. National parks were empty.
I will say I'd had a similar thing, except in North Carolina, where I was just like going to the beach one day, going to the mountains one day. I was like, oh, it's so nice. But no, yeah, that was pretty much it.
I didn't do anything during COVID. I just laid in my room,
Rotted.
rotted a little bit, popped
So-
back out, whole new me.
So yeah, that was the first presentation. I just thought it was really funny that he opened with the calipers. But the next two presentations were about people doing analyses of dental calculus, which is like the plaque buildup and shit, but it gets fossilized. They were doing it in ancient indigenous archaeological records. The first one showed that the microbiomes of mouths, which are not as diverse as your gut microbiome, but still can tell you a lot, they were very different pre-colonization, if you could believe it or not.
What?
So yeah,
Colonialism messed up our relationship with our bodies and its relationship to the land and
We have to return.
That's crazy.
yeah. So
We need to kill every fucking white person.
We need to be like one of those Mormon lifestyle women who makes like handmade cereal on TikTok every day.
After the Super Bowl, I had one drink and I was like, we got to kill every American.
I had a single. I was fucking sick for Super Bowl. I had to watch it home alone, and I
Aw.
ate $50 worth of Buffalo Wild Wings by myself.
Yeah.
I could go to some
And
Buffalo Wild. Speaking of which, me and Kim are going to Olive Garden tonight for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
You're gonna get the positive fagioli.
Maybe.
That's
That's the only time Greg's
as close as I
That's
can get to
that's
saying
as
it.
close as Greg can get.
What are you? Some kind of positive?
So, the second
You
one
went
was
to Olive
actually
Garden?
yeah, Olive Garden. I pitched a couple of things to Kim, and she picked Olive Garden.
I'm gonna take a guess and say his other pitches were places that serve chicken tenders.
No, it was a barbecue place and a Mexican place. Kim
What about
actually
Whataburger?
hates how much I want to go to Mexican places because she's sick of it. I'm like too white boy crazy with it. I'm the
Whoa.
first Latino
Have you shown her ACP yet?
ACP? What's that?
A rose con pollo?
I don't know if I've actually been there myself. I actually found a
What
place.
the fuck are you talking about? A rose con pollo is a dish. It's on every menu.
Oh, I thought you meant a place in Charlotte
No.
called Arroy's con
No.
Pollo.
Have you had a rose con pollo before?
Yeah, that's like yeah.
Okay. Did you know? I didn't know this until I moved to Utah. That's not on the fucking menu anywhere but in North Carolina. They don't fucking have it.
Huh?
I asked
That
for
can't
it
be
once,
right.
and they went, "What are you talking about?" And I
That's got to be an
you know,
East
rice
Coast
and
versus West
cheese.
Coast thing.
rice and cheese and chicken, and then I mix it all together, and
That's
You don't have it.
crazy.
I will
Is
say
that how
the
you talk to
Mexican
every
food.
brown person?
Hello,
chicken?
hello, can I
Hello,
have
can you hear me?
food,
Hello,
please? No, the Mexican food in Utah actually is a standout good thing. It's very
It's good.
authentic.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, you get
I bet.
authentic
I
shit
mean,
because you're out
you know,
west.
it's like you got New Mexico and Arizona, then you got Nevada, and then they got somehow it's like contact. It's like a contact high. They got some good
Well,
shit.
this
in Utah.
was Mexico.
Oh, this was in Mexico.
Yeah,
No,
we stole this from Mexico.
Utah was Mexico.
Yeah, we did
Oh, I see
steal
what-
like
yeah.
most of
It was
America.
all Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually stole all of America, if you'll believe it.
I'd argue that the only place in America we didn't steal. Well,
You're thinking about it.
I was gonna say Delaware, but then I remember that Delaware is named after the Delaware Indians.
Did you know there's actually no native reservations in the entire state of Illinois? Like they're all gone.
Well, we did. Long Island was bought
Mm.
for beads.
Well, that doesn't really.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the next the next presenter who was doing dental calculus analyses, was actually about Colombian indigenous groups in the Muisca period, I think it's called. It was like 1500s. Like it was
Muisca.
Yeah, sorry. It was when colonization was happening, but it hadn't quite gotten to these particular people yet.
Mm-hmm.
So what they found based on the dental plaque that they could recover was that there was a much more egalitarian food distribution during periods of food strain and climate hardship than there was when there was no hardship. So like when times got tough, they actually got like more communal, which was pretty intriguing. Now, granted, this is just the hypothesis, but like I believe it. So like, take that for what you will. Next presenter was they were digging up medieval period bodies from a parking lot in Transylvania.
Real shit.
Now the good stuff. They found adapted primates in Wyoming from the early Eocene. It was
Wyoming
actually
mentioned.
the guy was trying to get to an archaeological site, and he got lost, but he found a really good patch of sandstone, and he found like all this cool shit, and found like the skull of an extinct mammal with no living relatives, like almost whole.
Oh.
But yeah, no. So the experience of sort of stumbling across this trove in the middle of Wyoming, as because usually like you pretty much archaeology finding a good spot is like either luck based or you like look at images and like just take your best guess. But he actually developed a system using GIS, like satellite imagery and neural networking to sort of like calculate the odds that there's a good viable like patch of sandstone in these Wyoming.
Okay.
That's the word I'm looking for. Valleys. What's the opposite of a valley? Canyons.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's like an actually good use of AI and research, which you're hearing less of, but
You're hearing so little of these
you're hearing
days.
so little of it. But it's out there, folks.
I zoned out for like the last 30 seconds. What the fuck are we talking about?
Oh, just
Sandstone.
yeah, sandstone in
Sandstone.
Wyoming, a lot of
We should
fossils.
talk more
They're
about
using
sandstone.
AI
I
to
love
locate
rocks.
where the stuff is. Oh yeah, but it turns out I think that guy specifically was at UNCG, and that's when I found out that UNC Greensboro is just cutting their entire anthropology department, like just getting rid of it entirely. And so he has to try and get a job in the geology department, which is humiliating for an archaeologist.
I would love to get a job in a geology department. I love rocks. I missed my calling. I didn't go to school for my dreams.
For some reason, the anthropology department here is like really mean to geologists. They're like, those guys just lick rocks all day. They're not doing anything with them.
I'm always so every single time I meet anybody in political science, I always have to ask them, why did you do political? Why did you do?
Why
political
did you
science,
do that
Greg?
to
I feel like I
yourself?
never actually asked you.
Why did I do it?
Yeah, why
Because
did you
what I
political
wanted,
science?
what I wanted to study was history. And in my freshman year of college, my advisor gave me probably the best, most effective advice anybody had given me since I decided to pick history as my major, which was, do you want to work in a library or in a museum? And when I was like, no, he said, then you should change your major because there are no jobs for history majors.
Yeah. No, that is entirely fair.
And then I thought about taking geology, but at the time I was at Wingate and they didn't have a geology program.
Oh, that's sad.
They
and
did have
so-
Waka Flocka though, so
They did
They did have Waka
Flocka.
Flocka.
That was a great concert, but one of the best. I've
Yeah,
ever been
they
to.
tried bringing Waka to our campus, but you know how that went.
Couldn't do it. But
Didn't happen.
I picked poli sci because I was like, I got half the fucking prereqs done.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to UNCC, I was already so far into it that I was like, if I change my major now, I'm going to add another year to school.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So if I could go back, which I think maybe when I move back, maybe once I get my residency back,
Yeah,
maybe
if you're
I'll.
Nashville.
Because UNC Asheville has a good geology program.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I can guide you through. Well, do you want another bachelor's or do you want a
College.
master's?
I don't think I can get a master's with the degree I have.
You could certainly try. You could apply.
Like I would have to get I would have to go. I would like to go on one of those accelerated programs where I can go bachelor, master's like in 4 years because I don't need to take gen ed again.
Yeah.
But I would have to take certain prereqs. Like I didn't take enough chemistry classes.
That could be fun. That could be nice.
Yeah. Then I could live out my dream of just kind of standing on the side of a mountain and picking up rocks.
Yeah. Greg's a mountain kind of guy.
I love mountains.
I love the mountains.
I can't live anywhere without them now. That's like my one requirement. Is
Yeah.
if I move back to the East Coast, I have to be in the Appalachians.
That's fair. Oh yeah. So the only note I wrote after learning that was, when I am dictator, I will destroy the UNC system. It's very demonic, the things that are happening here. I don't know if I've been keeping you guys apprised of this, but like I've been finding out more about like the Bogdan situation, which first of all, I like FOIA'd all those emails where he like is reacting to articles being written in the news about him being a war criminal, and he's just like, this guy sounds like the tool, devil emoji. And that's like his only reaction. And all the other emails are just people like begging him to not say anything on the record. Yeah, so it turns out that I FOIA'd the list of people who were responsible for hiring him, like the search committee, and it turns out that they were all informed of his past at Guantanamo Bay, and they all decided they were okay with that, probably because the guy in charge of the search committee, who is now retired, he was like oddly some kind of affirmative action officer, but he was also pretty high in the university, and he's a retired military colonel. So I guess he thought like affirmative action means like rehabilitate war criminals because they can't get a job anywhere else.
Uh-huh.
Where do you think all those Israeli generals are going to get jobs? All those 24-year-old Israeli generals?
UNC Charlotte.
Well,
all those 24-year-old Israeli generals.
UNC Chapel Hill, UNC Charlotte, UNC Greensboro.
Inshallah, they will.
I am a firm believer that Germany should adhere to its commitment to a two-state solution by creating the Jewish state in southern Bavaria.
We've got everything we need out of Bavaria. We've got the lederhosen. We've got the beer. We can split it up now. We can use.
I think they should have a two-state solution down there. Yeah. What's the problem? Don't want to do that, huh? The Germans are doing like they're like it's so I hate them so much. They're like reliving the Holocaust in a weird sexual way.
Yeah, right?
They're doing it all through Israel now.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring back the DDR.
That reminds me, actually. That didn't remind me. It just I needed a segue to say this. All of the people from Western Carolina, I didn't know this, but they're the ones with the body farms on their campus. You guys know about those?
What the fuck are you talking about, the body farms?
Tell me more about these body farms.
So body farms in a university settings are when your forensic anthropology department studies the decomposition of bodies and like that, like shit that you would need to like test out before you go into the field doing forensics. So they have like they have like farms and like forest preserves that are like loosely fenced off, where they put real dead bodies and check on them every couple of days to see how they're decomposing. They're called body farms.
I think the only good cops might be forensics people, because I don't think I could bear witness to that.
Well, I bore witness to it. Again, I didn't know I was going to be bearing witness.
How was that?
So, it's honestly, this guy's presentation, it wasn't like a published research paper. He just really wanted to let everyone know so that nobody made the same mistake as him. So he was like, so we were doing a burn test with the ATF. And I was like, what does that mean? It means that people who donate their body to science, some of them get selected to, with the grace of the ATF, be put in one of those fake firefighter like burn test homes, like put on a bed, and then the whole thing just fucking exploded, and they analyzed the remains after. So like he's showing this slide of this like dead body on a bed. It's not like super high detail, so I'm like, oh, that's a little. And then he goes to the next slide, and it's the entire thing exploding, fucking like pieces, flames. So
I've seen those videos that the fire department puts out every year. I'm imagining just a dead dude.
Yeah. So, and then the next slide is like the charred Uncle Ben corpse of this poor old woman whose body they sacrificed for this experiment. And they were like,
what in the fuck?
They're like, so we found this really weird white growth in her, one of her vertebral columns. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? And we sent it to our chemistry department. They got back and they told us what it was made up of, and it wasn't made out of bone. So I pitched it to a friend, and he was like, oh, she had a vertebroplasty, which is a very common medical procedure in which bone cement is injected into a collapsed vertebrae to balloon it back up to size.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, I just wanted to let everyone know because, believe it or not, the very next body they blew up also had a vertebroplasty. So he was like, just letting y'all know.
Are you going to correct the way he's saying that or no?
What was that?
That sounds right.
I thought it's vertebra. It's vertebroplasty.
I think it's vertebra. I don't know.
Vertebra? What is the thing that your spine is made up of?
Vertebra.
What are they? Okay, so why would it suddenly be
how
vertebra?
to pronounce
Vertebraplasty sounds
Hold on. How do I
wrongish.
vertebraplast? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways.
Okay, so vertebraplasty. Okay.
We'll move on. Anyways, the very next body they exploded also had that. So he really wanted to let everyone know to be on the lookout for that sort of thing.
And that's it. He just walked off stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have bone cement. Goodbye. Here's some fucking horrible pictures to look at while I tell you about that, by the way.
When we commit group suicide, when the pod starts to lose money,
yeah,
we should let them blow us up.
Yeah, that's actually something you can opt in or out of if you decide to donate your body to science.
Can I be blown up?
You can.
Yes.
You can opt into that. However,
the smithereens, you say.
However, there's a chance that they'll just send you to the military, and the military will just blow you up with a bomb just to see what happens.
That's awesome.
Okay, okay. Fine, fair enough.
Hey, at least they're blowing up already dead people for once, you know?
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
One less bomb out in the streets.
So
raiding the fucking military base next door. One less warhead on the streets.
When do you guys think Joe Brandon's gonna have a stroke on stage and die?
Oh my god, I'm so ready for it.
It's coming up, isn't it?
Soon, dude.
We've all noticed the Kamala pivot, right?
Yeah,
there's a bit of a Kamala
showed up
pivot.
a little bit.
Yeah, but she's the most unelectable woman since Hillary Clinton.
Listen,
so
I need that woman to be president.
no,
It would be
you don't.
so
I
funny,
need it like
though.
I
It'd be
need
so
air.
funny. It'd be like George Santos if he was still in Congress or something.
We're one more Indian head of state away from somebody releasing like an Indian version of the Protocols of the Elders.
Right? It'll be so cool. I wanted to run with Vivek.
The problem is like, yay, we did it. But like they're like the most racist people alive next to your average Scots Irish.
That is true. It is potentially true.
I listen, Kamala is the the coconut, falling out of a coconut tree, right? That is an old Tamil saying. My dad has said that before when I was growing up.
That you think you fell out of a coconut tree?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The literal translation is jumping out of a coconut tree. But it's an old Tamil saying. Who else in the whole world has the power to make that happen but Kamala Harris? To make Americans talk about a fucking old Tamil...
I don't even think Kamala would survive her term. She's so benzoed the fuck out, her heart's gonna stop.
That's
like having our own Lil Xan president.
I need to see her.
You're only making this better for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to see her walk up to the Situation Room, high out of her mind.
I'm gonna be so real with you.
We did it, y'all. We killed this terrorist leader. He's dead at the ground.
I'm gonna be so real with you. If they pivot to her, Donald Trump is gonna do exactly what he did to Nikki Haley. And then he's gonna win by 90 points.
Yeah. He's just gonna be racist.
I think Trump.
Yeah, and it'll work because this country is racist.
Speaking of racism, the next presentation.
Austin's
so excited.
So basically,
you can't be that excited for racism, dog.
No. I just needed
heads up.
I just needed a pivot. Okay. All right. So basically, it was a presentation about how the outdated curriculum and poor genomics literacy increases racialized thinking or belief in phyletic race in humans. Basically, they're pushing for an update to the AP Bio curriculum as well as college, really just everything in general, because AP Bio, you just learn Mendelian inheritance, and that's you don't learn about polygenic traits. You don't learn about anything like that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What? Someone will figure
traits.
it out. But basically,
I already told you my opinions on poly people.
No, that's not the same thing. But basically,
polyamory is genetic, actually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's part of the Radzar.
So basically, the way we teach genetics now makes people believe in racial categorization to more of an extent than it truly exists. Like we're all familiar with the argument that like there's more genetic diversity within Africa than there is outside of Africa. Same is true of pretty much any population of humans, however you want to categorize them. For example, a lot of basically this was to counter like a lot of racists try to use biological anthropology to make their arguments more scientific.
We call those people race realists.
Yeah, some people like say, "Oh, yeah." I mean, yeah, literally. That's what that is.
This is called being Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. So, some example of like phyletic racism, which is like breaking up races into like phylogenies and like traceable like evolutionary traits, when really the extent to which that exists is very population and geography based more than anything. Like. So people like to say that sickle cell is a black disease. Yes, it does have pretty high prevalence in Africa. It's also got like the same prevalence in fucking like Italy and other Mediterranean countries. People say white people are lactose tolerant. Same thing there. There's plenty of like it's sure there's increased rates.
I recently discovered like a huge majority of South Asians are lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
but none of you motherfuckers drink cow milk.
But we just keep doing it anyway.
Look, soy milk is still a really good alternative.
Where's that GIF of the
if you're lactose intolerant, buck up.
Yeah,
be real.
Wake up.
Like, be fucking real with everybody around you for a second. It's fucking fine.
My Indo-European ancestry allows me to tolerate milk products.
Yeah, but like that's like what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, well, nobody else had the cow, to be fair. The cow is an Indo-European domesticated thing. That's why cows are only in India and Europe, normally.
Yeah, like, so to an extent, but like, it's not genetic, is what we're trying to say. Basically, like, the argument...
It's environmentally influenced. That's why, like, East Asians and Northeast Asians, they drink, like, horse milk.
Well, yeah, no,
That's their milk product.
Well, yeah, no.
Is that what they call horse cum over there?
I don't know.
That is not
they
what they
drink
call
the milk of horses.
But
which
anyways,
is crazy to me, because where the fuck does the milk come from? You ever seen a horse titty? Where is the milk coming from?
They got nipples.
Where?
I'm telling you.
They've got them under there.
I'm sure they got them under there, but they can't be getting that much milk out of them, right?
They're out there churning horse cum and the horse butter. The cum butter.
Kendrick, calm the fuck down.
It's like, get your mind off the cum. Come on. Get your head in the game.
Get your mind on it, maybe. Who knows?
So, basically, there's like an institution... there's been a commercial capture of the concept of race by like DNA testing websites where continental ancestry has been completely conflated with race. And they're trying to market it as progressive now, too, where it's like, find out what African tribe you were taken from or something. It's like, that's not what DNA ancestry testing does. That they can't possibly predict that. It's really like a very weird, like, the biological anthropologists are trying to kind of reclaim that, but in a not racist way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was what that presentation was all about. Now, the next two, actually, there is one more I want to mention. This was from the poster session. It was also Western Carolina University. It was also a decomposing dead body. They just had pictures of the bodies like decomposing, and you can like see it like partially mummified. It was kind of fucked up looking. I can like picture it in my head very vividly.
Yeah, that's called PTSD.
It's not. No, it's fine.
Dead bodies make me so uncomfortable.
No, yeah, it is. It was really like gross looking, but
Have I ever told you? I don't think I've ever told y'all this. When a couple years ago, it's not that gruesome.
I'm getting Chandran lore. I'm interested. Keep going.
But I found an old. I just have like a lot of USBs. Whenever I find USBs, I collect them because back when I was younger, I needed all the USBs I could get because I was like always flashing operating systems on my computers and stuff. Right? I just needed a bunch of USBs all the time. It's a computer science. I was
classic thing to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a bunch of USBs, I had a bunch of SD cards. One time I put this SD card in my computer, and I realized it was from some camera that we had, that my mom had. And I was just going through it, and it was just a bunch of really nice pictures of me and my brother in elementary school and in middle school.
Is this going where I think it's going?
And then I'm clicking through it, And then I see my dead grandfather in the fucking morgue or something.
Oh my god!
Just fully dead.
Fully dead.
As opposed to what?
I don't know, dog. I guess she took the picture for like, I don't know, some reason. She needed to have that picture for some reason.
I mean,
But I was like 16, 17 years old. And I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Why is I never told her I found that SD card.
well,
I put it away in a drawer somewhere. Never mentioned it. I did not want her to know, my mom to know that
I'm
I
not
saw
saying
that.
this is like a special like cultural thing of your mom or anything. I'm just making an observation without getting too off track.
Chandran's white mom.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like this was a thing in like early America too, I'm pretty sure. It's a very relatively recent invention that we like put all these fluids in people's bodies to like preserve them for the open casket. Like we used to have like
This
people
was
just like
this was
cleaning the bodies
pre-Home
like just
maybe, I don't
still
know.
in the home for like a
Yeah.
couple of days before they were buried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we weren't
Yeah.
this like averse to seeing like just
Dead
raw
bodies.
dead bodies. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We've sanitized the whole process of dying very effectively.
Yeah. But yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy seeing that picture. Oof.
So so the results of that poster was that they found out that the body farm at Western Carolina University, the forest they use, actually the decomposition rate formula actually doesn't apply there because of the unique environment, like the so it's just like useless there.
Pointless? Yeah.
Yeah.
We know exactly how a body will decompose in this exact area, and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's
So
literally
if you die
two-
here, you're in luck.
Yeah, it's literally two, like the formula that like forensics people use is like too like broad to factor in like the environmental factors that really cause a body to decompose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I got to learn about so much stuff that
Anyway,
wasn't monkeys.
I've seen enough true crime to know that if you're going to kill someone, you got to get rid of all their teeth, cut off their fingertips, their toes, probably cut out their eyes,
Stab him a little bit, maybe.
and you have to completely obliterate as much of the body as you can.
Yeah. Oh, another poster actually, because this has been a problem where like archaeologists actually aren't very good at estimating the sex of skeletons they dig up. Like it's always just an estimate. But they did find a new method of retrieving like chromosomes that is promising apparently. So
From like bones?
from like bone.
Oh.
So that's cool, I guess.
Cool.
In a completely neutral way.
The Discord server says hi, Chandra.
Who? What?
The entire Discord server says hi.
What did you do?
Oh, I've been arguing about pizza with them on the side.
I thought you just like
Yeah.
blasted Chandran's like nipples on there or
No.
something.
I was wondering if you did.
I was a little
Oh.
mortified at that. They can't get that for free. It's blackmail tier at least. Speaking of which, subscribe to blackmail tier or our Patreon or to just get into the Discord or anything.
Or I'll kill myself.
wanna see nipples?
guys?
Give us money.
Yeah,
I'll do
link
it.
in the description.
Hey, wait, did you send out your pictures yet?
No, I didn't know you
Yeah,
had.
we should really do that.
Oh, no, I thought. Did you get the addresses yet? Okay, guys, you need to put your addresses.
Oh, shit. The addresses.
Yeah,
I knew I had something to do for you, and I completely forgot what it was.
Yeah, so we need you guys to put your addresses in Patreon because we have the cat Polaroids. We can't send them to you because then you have your damn addresses in the fucking in the website. So please, if you're listening, put your address on there, or we'll also.
I don't have the fucking cat Polaroid. I didn't take the pictures yet.
Well,
You can probably put
I've
out,
got
like, a
I've got
picture
plenty
of,
of pickle and bean sprout pictures. So just
I got to just go to the store and buy the stuff. That's all
Yeah.
I have to do.
Yeah.
so guys,
Make a post on Patreon about this, and you'll let people know.
yeah, we're gonna do that when we before we put out this episode too. But
And for all of you at home, just know Chandran's shirtless. I'm wearing cat ears, and Austin
awesome.
looks like the treatments are working.
So, now the real fun stuff, aka the stuff.
What's on
involving-
Indian pizza?
What? Indian
stuff.
pizza?
Yeah,
You know,
what is
I've
this?
had a lot
What's
of pizza in India.
What's the
It's-
sauce? Is it like a spicy sauce?
Sometimes they do like not tikka masala sauce, but something like that.
That might actually
Tikka masala sauce might be really
Yeah,
good.
that actually we might be
I
onto
did
something.
I did see some TikTok video of a guy just dunking his pizza into chicken tikka masala and look fucking.
We might be
That
onto something
sounds
here,
delicious.
Greg.
What are the main kind of cheeses in India?
Paneer. It's all paneer, baby.
What does paneer taste like?
It's a pet. You know, it's good. It's very neutral. It's very firm.
Like a
It's,
mozzarella kind of a thing, or like a
Yeah, it's
like is that what it's like
neutral, but
analogous to, or like cojita?
Yeah, it's not quite as tangy as cojita.
Okay,
All right, we got to
but-
move on from the fucking dairy.
shut the fuck up.
All right, so I want to talk about, because there's other things I wanted to talk about too this episode.
Oh yeah, we're in an hour.
That's 20
Well,
minutes of it.
like
was
25
Ah,
minutes
that's
of
true.
blooper
There is
reel.
20 minutes of blue.
So, this next one was really interesting. It was a poster, and I'm going to say who is like publishing it as well, so that they get their due credit because it's impressive. Katie Lamb at Duke University, investigating differences between human and chimpanzee gene regulation and neurogenesis through analysis of 2D differentiations. So, all of this to say, they got like. So humans have a non-coding region of their DNA. They have like one, what's it called? When a single letter changes in the genome. Do you guys remember what that's called? I should know this. Anyways, they have like one little DNA code base switch that other mammals and primates don't have. And so what they did was Duke University just has chimpanzee brain cells like frozen in a negative 80-degree freezer somewhere on campus, apparently, I learned. And they also have that for human brains. So they extracted this gene and CRISPRed it into the chimp brain cells. And they found that the chimp's brain cells started like growing and like multiplying at like neuron generating at like a human rate when they splice this gene into it.
Okay.
So what that
we
does...
all do agree that CRISPR is the work of the devil. Then, right?
yeah. Like for the record, scientifically, this is really cool because it means like, oh yeah, we probably have narrowed down something that in a non-coding region that's really important for neuron genesis neuron generation in humans. However, this is
Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, this is Planet of the Apes type of shit.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know right now. They're gonna if you CRISPR a gene with it, a chimp with this in real life, it's gonna do terrible things. Maybe, I don't know. I think one of the cell lines actually died, so it's who knows if it'd actually work. But it's like cool to think about, though, right? What is Greg doing, by the way?
He's imagining himself if he were Drake.
I can't break my mewing streak, guys.
Greg is mewing Greg has been mewing for like a minute straight. That's what he's been doing.
You know, I do think if there was an Italian Drake, he'd look like Greg.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that.
Uh-huh.
What was going on with his dick, by the way?
What?
It was like one of those worms.
I'm playing with it. It's in my hand.
I saw multiple different doctors on Twitter being like, "Yeah, this man had silicone dick injections.
That's so awesome.
Your dick shouldn't look like that."
That's so awesome.
Dog, when listen, my kids, they think I don't know shit. They were like, "Y'all see the Drake leaks?" I was like, "Shut the fuck up right now. Do not even. If I hear the word Drake and the word leak in the same sentence, I am writing your ass up. Do not even fucking.
Do not talk about Drake's penis in my middle school classroom.
Literally, you're not allowed to talk about Drake dick here.
You're not allowed. Okay, there is one last little fun thing from the conference that I wanted to go over really quickly. Though, did you guys see that middle schooler who like made fun of that YouTuber and then he overdosed and died immediately after?
Mad?
Yeah, Too Mad.
Too Mad just died. Yeah.
Who is Too
I don't know.
Mad?
He's some like YouTube pedophile, but
I've never heard of him before.
He got killed by a
for the last
13-year-old.
48 hours, it's
He
just
was
been like this
real
guy was a
big
pedophile.
a couple
What
of years
happened?
ago during like when all the annoying YouTubers were big, and
Yeah.
he just showed up places and he did during COVID he was like Zoom bombing things.
Oh,
He would just tell people to give them his like their Zoom invite links, like classes and stuff, like high school classes and like college classes. He just show up and he just start screaming, and just being annoying.
Okay.
He's that kind.
That sounds
of guy.
kind of funny though.
Yeah. So
No, yeah, I would if someone ever did that to me in one of my classes, I would kill that student, and then I would track down that person. I would go kill that person. Like that's crazy to me.
So, final thing. This is actually the last presentation of the day. Was about leaping in lemurs, and it was actually
Leaping lemurs.
There was
Woo!
the presentation was actually really good. She made a bunch of like illustrations of the lemurs in like did a ton of animations for the slides. It was like really cool and unique. Basically, primates are interesting in that pretty much every single primate will leap in some circumstances, but it's like really energetically expensive. Like you got to put your whole pussy into it for every single leap. Like you got to go all the way down, you got to go all the way out, extend all the way out. It's a very energetically costly thing. Aren't
like gibbons and shit and orangutans just like leaping all the time?
Well, they more so
fall with grace.
No. They usually are brachiating, like with their arms, but they will leap to reach a branch if it's too far away. But like certain lemurs, or I guess strepsirrhines, like Shafacas and galagos, like Shafacas will just leap everywhere, like constant leaping, and it's like
free Shafaka do.
Don't fucking say that.
Don't
man.
say that to
We're
me.
past that shit.
We're past.
We all thought it. We all thought it, but like that shit's over, dog. Grow up.
That did not come to my mind. I hear Shafakas, I think Zubumafu.
Ooh.
That is the Zubumafu guy, right?
That is the Zubumafu lemur. So, Shafakas are just constantly leaping. And it's not like hopping where they can like carry the momentum forward and just keep bouncing.
Is it like jopping?
It's more like jopping where they got to jump in order to hop, but they got to jump every time. So okay. Shafakas, they move around primarily by jopping. So they it was like a lot of physics that I didn't understand, but basically galagos are also really tiny primates that can leap like really, really high. Like they can leap like double the height of like me probably. Well, I don't know. It might just be because I'm short though. There's actually robots who are built based off of how galagos jump. Anyways, so there's like a formula that was like used to calculate like the time it takes to like reach like full length to leap off the ground, and it was found that like Shafakas aren't like biologically like or like anatomically predisposed to leap either. They're just like good at it and do it a lot. But there are obviously unique morphological adaptations that we have that other jumping mammals don't have. Kangaroos, they just have like those fucked up backwards knees. What?
Why are you blinking like that, man?
Okay, well, I'll tell you why. Sorry to interrupt this for no good reason, and this is not good radio. But one of my eyelids is like slightly lower than my other one.
Okay.
No, everybody's like that. I have one like that too.
Right. I'm super insecure about it. I'll stare at myself in the mirror like, why is it like that? Why is it like that?
Oh, dude.
And when I smile,
that this side of my face doesn't do as much as this side.
It's evil. Why?
It's fucked up.
But like
I have to take all my pictures from the same side, otherwise I look like a different person.
When I smile, this eye is almost totally closed, and this eye you can barely see out.
Look at me. This whole side of my face goes up higher than this side.
Everyone's asymmetrical.
But
for the record, like one side of my chest is like rounder than the. Well, hold on, hold on. I shouldn't say that.
Okay, so the HRT is really kicking in. Huh?
Yeah.
But I was out with somebody, and I blinked in a weird way, I think, and they're like, "Did you just blink separately with your eyes?" I was like,
"Pickles does that."
One of my eyes.
Pickles is a freak of nature.
Pickles does that though. We love Pickles.
Yeah, but sometimes my left eye closes before my right eye.
You're just like Pickles for real.
I'm the opposite. It's just my right eye is the slow side.
Yeah.
So, basically, that was all I had to say to recap the conference. But there's one more thing I want to talk about, and it's this weird freak guy that I found out about. I want you all to like look up this guy's name and see what you can find about him, because he's done so much weird shit. He coined something called the
69 years old when he died. Nice.
The satanic zone. He thought there was a zone of sodomy where just if you were born in a certain location in the earth, you were predisposed to sodomy.
Can I just ask, where did he think that? Where did he think that was?
The Mediterranean.
That tracks.
And he was right.
And he's
not
right.
Wrong. Yeah, that's a fair.
However, he also included the entire.
I've sodomized a lot of people in the Mediterranean. I'm tell you.
He included the entirety of the Levant. It's Levant. Sorry, I don't know why I said.
You sound like a Zionist when you mispronounce
Levant. No, but he also included the entirety of the Americas, which I think was just racism, to be honest with you.
No, based.
Okay.
I like how his satanic zone, I'm looking at the map of it right now, it's just like everywhere that the British Empire couldn't effectively cover.
So this guy was named Richard Francis Burton, and he coined the satanic zone. And he did a lot of freaky shit. He translated the Kama Sutra.
Okay, good for him.
He had the most explicit discussion of homosexuality in any language for like a while. It was a 14,000 word essay. So he was really fucking and sucking his way around the world.
Who are we talking about right now?
Richard Francis Burton.
He was fucking and sucking?
I don't know. I assume.
only one way he could have proved any of this.
Hold on. I'm like finding new. He has like a crazy looking tomb. Very Catholic tomb for a guy who's like a whole life was researching gay sex. Scandals.
That's actually the most. Wait, stop. That's like the most Catholic thing to be doing.
Actually, you know what? You're right. So he has a whole scandal section called "They're unusually open and frank about his interest in sex and sexuality." He basically just traveled the world and wrote details about sex that he watched people having.
This is actually crazy what he was doing. His tent, his grave is a Bedouin tent.
Yeah,
that's what it's shaped like.
It's kind of cool looking.
And he was very Catholic.
Yeah.
What was he doing here? Wow, wait, hold on. The 14,000 word essay was titled Pederasty.
Yeah.
Oh, at the time, a synonym for homosexuality, which apparently still is in French.
Hold on a second. I have to read these two sections before I get onto his work in primates, because he also did that. Biographers disagree on whether or not Burton ever experienced homosexual sex. He never directly acknowledges it.
Can we stop for a minute?
Yeah.
He wrote the first translation of the Kama Sutra.
Yeah, I said that.
He couldn't read Sanskrit.
What?
He couldn't read Sanskrit.
No, he worked with a translator.
Oh, he was fucking that dude.
I would assume so.
He was sucking that dude up.
Was he fucking and sucking that dude?
So,
sucking his way across the world in 80 days.
Oh, here we go. Often hinting he had participated.
Rumors began of his homosexuality in his army days when Charles James Napier requested that Burton go undercover to investigate a male brothel reputed to be frequented by British soldiers.
Oh.
It has been suggested that Burton's detailed report on the workings of the brothel led some to believe he had been a customer. There's no documentary evidence that such a report was written or submitted, nor that Napier ordered such a research by Burton, and it has been argued that this is one of Burton's embellishments. Which, why would you lie about that? What?
Cred.
Made up a lie to make him seem more gay in a time when being gay wasn't accepted.
People love to get their gay cred these days. This man was a fucking pioneer.
Yeah. So a story.
This man was doing it before it was cool.
A story.
This is crazy that he proposed the Satanic Zone at the end of a translation of the Arabian Nights.
Yeah. Right. Right. He was like, "Damn, these guys are gay." So a story that haunted.
He's not wrong.
Haunted Burton up until his death, recounted in some of his obituaries, was that he came close to being discovered one night when he lifted his robe to urinate rather than squatting as an Arab would. That's weird that Wikipedia said that like that, actually. It is said that he was seen, quote, by an Arab and, to avoid exposure, killed him. A doctor once asked him, "How do you feel when you have killed a man?" And Burton retorted, "Quite jolly, what about you?"
What the fuck?
When asked by a priest about the same incident, Burton is said to have replied, "Sir, I'm proud to say I've committed every sin in the Decalogue."
What's the Decalogue, Greg?
The 10 Commandments.
Okay.
Also, he spoke 26 languages.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Everyone back then spoke every language, but they also liked to lie. They would just like say shit that sounded like the language, and people would be like, "Yeah, I believe you." We went over this in the Congo series.
We did, yeah.
We did go over this. But also, one of his biggest haters reported that Burton shamefully admitted that he had never actually killed anyone and that he had a Byronic love of shocking people, which is kind of funny to say.
This is crazy.
So, on Sir Richard Francis Burton.
Sounds like the original John Waters.
Yeah, you know what?
He also fought in the Crimean War. Dude, we really missed out on the time to be a great fucking adventurer.
We did. Now, we can't do that anymore because it's like generally frowned upon as racist. However,
the 1820s was like the best possible time to be like, I'm getting on a ship and I'm going to go do things.
I'm getting on a ship
See ya.
to the Mediterranean and I'm having gay sex and it's for research and the Crown is going to fund this.
Yeah, now you have to go get a job teaching English in Spain to do that.
Yeah, right? So,
look it up to this guy. I'm gonna put post of this guy up on my wall.
So, Sir Richard Francis Burton made an eccentric attempt to bridge the communications gap by starting a residential school for monkeys and trying to learn their language.
Oh yeah, real shit, dog.
So, it goes on a bit of a biographical note to say, Burton owed the success of many of his explorations due to an extraordinary ability to learn foreign languages. During a life of military adventure, he learned more than 20 languages, like Turkish, Persian, Hindustani, Gujarati, Punjabi, and so on and so forth.
Why are you saying it like that?
Is that wait? How do you say it?
Because he can only pronounce things that are Japanese.
Okay. So,
hold on. His nickname was Ruffian Dick.
Oh wow! Okay.
Come on.
So in the 1840s, he was a junior officer in the army. According to his wife, Isabel, who published a version of his journals after his death, his beard, Isabel, Burton was drawn to the chatter of wild monkeys in the streets of the city of Pakistan and decided to try and learn what they were saying. He moved into a house with an entire troop of monkeys. At one point, he got rather tired of the daily mess, and living with men, he thought he should like to learn the manners, customs, and habits of monkeys.
You think he did?
So he collected 40 monkeys of all ages, races, species, and what do you mean races for monkeys? Races and species
It's
of
the
monkeys.
1820s, dog.
It is the 1820s, sorry. Continuing on. He lived with 40 monkeys. He tried to
40
pronounce
days and
their
40
sounds until he and the monkeys got to understand each other.
Oh my god, this guy was literally just sitting around with the monkeys going.
Literally, I should do this.
And then,
So
and that was scientific discovery back then.
Burton tried to teach the monkeys etiquette. Burton presided over all of their meals, all served by Burton's servants. And it says here, quote, they all sat down on chairs at meals, and the servants waited on them, and each had its bowl and plate, with the food and drinks proper for them. He sat at the head of the table, and the pretty little monkey sat by him in a high baby's chair. He had a little whip on the table, which he used to keep them in order when they had bad manners, which did sometimes occur, as they frequently used to get jealous of the little monkey and try to claw her. Apparently, oh yeah, sorry, I skipped a paragraph. He had a very tiny little baby monkey that he called his wife and put pearls in her ears. So he had a monkey wife. Moving on from that.
Do you guys think
I do think that, Greg. I do think that.
I actually do think that too. Yeah, I think
Ruffian Dick.
I think he did.
I think
Which
he
also
did.
okay. Also, he's called Ruffian Dick because apparently he had the most single combat of any fucking soldier.
Oh yeah, he like killed a lot of people.
He killed a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he killed so many people.
So, as if this is, by the way, this is totally vilifying me. But I mean, sorry, not vilifying.
Vindicating?
Vindicating me.
Totally opposite word.
Yeah, totally opposite word. Vindicating what I said earlier. According to Isabel, Burton, quote, learned to identify up to 60 monkey words and established a monkey vocabulary.
Okay.
So he was definitely lying about all those languages he said he learned. If he's like listening to monkeys screaming and being like, "Oh, that one means apple." Oh my god! It goes on to say that he went to Ethiopia and got speared in the cheek by a Somali warrior.
That's kind of swag.
That's awesome.
Listen, this guy. There's so many pictures of this guy dressed in like Persian garb and stuff. And honestly, listen. There's no one sexier in the entire world than everybody living in, the cradle of civilization.
That's not
North
Persia.
Africa. What?
Persia's not the cradle of civilization.
It's close enough.
It's nearby.
It's nearby,
It's nearby. Listen, all that shit. the most wonderful. I cannot wait to be close to that.
They are the median human. They are the prettiest we can be.
Right?
Yeah.
They just have swagger. They have a certain kind of swagger that we've forgotten how to.
It's all the
carry
gay
ourselves
sex.
with. It's all the gay sex.
Yeah, it's all the gay sex they're always having. So yeah,
Yep.
basically,
Austin, I feel like I could make you so much more swagalicious.
how so?
Well, with
You
the
get
gay
dick down
sex.
right.
Oh, with the gay sex. Oh, but you're saying you want to have
Yeah.
gay sex? Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just want to make sure that's being stated clearly.
Is that you understand what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean it more in like a Spartan warrior kind of way.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you gotta do to protect your fragile heterosexuality.
No, mine's not fragile. Austin's is.
Okay.
it's on the
keep
brain.
insisting.
So yeah, it's very hard to find a peer-reviewed source talking about his monkey communication experiments because he didn't record it very well. His wife was just like, "Trust me, he learned how to speak monkey." If his wife did make this up, it is weird that she gave him a work wife who was a monkey. I mean, they all had to be into some freaky cuck shit to be doing the things that they're doing, but none of this is adding up for me. It's all very strange, isn't it? Oh my god, the first fucking peer-reviewed source I found calls him flamboyant in the opening paragraph.
Okay.
But flamboyant in the 1830s English guy way?
No,
or
in
flamboyant
both ways.
In our way.
In the faggy way.
Both of the ways.
I'm gonna try and get a third faggy in on here.
The next paragraph says, "These complex interests were the fruit of a turbulent mind." This is like anthropology's Kanye. He's only so good at producing what he is because he's so mentally unstable. So he killed a lot of people, fucked nasty, watched other people have gay sex, and then lived among monkeys for a while. And then he died. He served cunt and he died.
He served cunt and then he died. I'm gonna put posters of this man all up in my room.
You should.
He probably did some crazy racist. Oh, actually, on his Wikipedia,
definitely.
I don't see anything that says he did.
A lot of Jewish people were mad at him for something he said about them.
What was he, just an anti-Zionist?
Greg, I don't think Zionism existed.
Zionism wasn't.
Zionism didn't exist.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Zionism has existed
Greg,
since
okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
1800s.
Considering his other things, I don't think he was woke about what he was saying. I think he was probably just anti-Semitic.
Probably.
Yeah, we got to get out of our current context and put ourselves in our historical shoes.
He did indeed call everyone in the Levant filthy, dirty homosexuals.
He did say that everyone there was gay. So
and a pedophile.
That is the other half of things. He did also say they were gay and pedophiles.
The satanic zone is not just
all right,
sodomy.
stop. Name a Greek who isn't.
That was his whole thing.
Argument. Was that everyone in
Greeks
this
were out there fucking little boys, so you know what? They're all doing it.
Yeah, that was his argument. He wanted to figure out it's kind of interesting though because it's he's trying to square away people trying to put ancient Greece into the Western civilization tradition, but also trying to square away the fact that they were just fucking
He was just kind of jealous, I think.
Yeah, they had very non-European things that they were doing, but so I'm guessing he was trying to come up with an explanation for that. He carved out a very particular part of the world, and also all of America.
I mean, it's
So, you know what else? You know what it corresponds to? The worldwide Latina belt.
All Latinas.
It does perfectly correspond to the
hot
worldwide.
chip, be bisexual, charge their phone, and lie.
Lie. Stab.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, to end this episode on an absolutely insane note, when I got a concealed carry license in Illinois,
you have a gun?
Yeah.
A handgun?
All the time.
Yeah.
I thought you just had that fucking Mosin so you could.
No, I just also have a real clock.
I found out recently I don't need any kind of permit to have a gun in Utah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's crazy.
The only requirement is if I have it in my car with me, it can't be loaded. but I can concealed carry with no permit if I want to go buy a gun.
That's kind of crazy, honestly, because they don't even let you do
Yeah,
that shit
it's
in
just a
North
surprise we
Carolina.
don't have more shootings here.
Well, there's not a lot of people here.
Yeah.
There,
Well,
I mean-
let's end this shit.
Yeah, okay,
I
so...
gotta get ready for a basketball game.
Sorry, I forgot where I was going with my aside.
All Greeks are pedophiles.
Yeah. I guess...
If you're listening in from Greece,
sorry.
why don't you get a fucking job? Your economy's in the shit.
Why don't you pull your economy up by the bootstraps, Greece? Stop spending all your money on gay sex.
Stop spending all your money on the defense budget to lose a war to the Turks. And cigarettes. Get a job.
All right, everyone. This was a very informal, silly, fun episode of Gorilla Radio Show.
And goofy and cute.
It was our 50th
very
episode.
cute.
We could have done something more special for our 50th episode, but whatever.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Let's smoke drugs and listen to that weird Tumblr poodle guy talk about monkeys.